And actually the next speakers who we have are very, very special devotees and disciples of Srila Gurudeva. So we're going to be flying all the way from the UK all the way to the US in Alachua, and we're going to be hearing from Srimati Bimala Devi Dasi Didi, and we're going to be hearing from her husband as well, Sriman Syamasundara Prabhu. They are actually part of the prison outreach program, and they've actually been, you know, I've heard that Syamasundara Prabhu is sending out hundreds and hundreds of letters every single month to these different, you know, different people in prison, you know, helping them so much. And, you know, I've actually been seeing it on the Instagram that they have as well. So for everyone who isn't following the Instagram, I'm going to link it on the chat. And they're just doing such an amazing service and seva, and wow, yeah, and we're just very, very honored to be hearing from you. So I'm going to pass it over to you guys. Take it away.
Thank you so much, Didi, for that. Very sweet.
We can't actually hear you so clearly. Is there?
You can't hear us so good?
It's quite quiet.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
I think we're gonna have to wear a headset. Let me get one. Hold on. That's what we had to do for that video.
Or you can shout, whichever you prefer.
Okay, well, she's getting a headset. In the meantime, I'm going to try to shout. Is that okay?
That's perfect. Take it away, Prabhu.
Okay, now she's got the headset. With just 1 second. Hey, ready? Can you hear me, Didi?
That's much better, Prabhu. Yes.
Okay. Namo Vishnu Padaya Radhikaya Priyatmane Sri Bhakti-Vedanta Narayana Tinamane Radha Samukha Samshaktim Saki Sangan Nivasanim Tamaham Sadatam Bande Guru Rupam Param Sakim Vantakalpaturubhya Shah Kripa Sindhubhya Evata Patitana Pavnebhyo Vaisnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Dhanava Pranam to the Gurudeva Ki Jai. Okay, I'm going to start off by saying, whenever I'm speaking like this, I always try to be careful not to make this about me. But it is not about me, it's about Srila Gurudev, but about different exchanges and pastimes I've had with him. I shouldn't say pastimes, but you know, different association that I've had with him that affected me and just gave me so much confirmation about who he is and what he has done for me. I first met Srila Gurudev in 2000. Before that time, I was also in another institution, and of course, there have been a lot of havoc and problems in that institution. So a lot of my god brothers and friends, you know, they were fortunate enough to go to Srila Gurudev and take shelter Srila Gurudev. So they were coming back and they would bring me books and different things and trying to encourage me to go to Srila Gurudev. But because I was so contaminated by the, you know, by what was being said about Srila Gurudev, I would take the books from my friends and god brothers, but I would not read them. So then one devotee, he's a very senior devotee, Srila Prabhupada disciple, Brajendranandana Prabhu. He was also trying to work on me, so to speak. And so he got not frustrated, but he says, Syamasundara Prabhu, I tell you what, Lord Nityananda is Akhanda Sri Guru Tattva. And before he said that, I had never heard of Sri Guru Tattva. So he said that you should pray to him every day, and you should pray to Srila Prabhupada, please send you a bona fide guru, because the so-called person that I was initiated by fell down and went away. So because I had so much affection for him also, every day I would go to Srila Prabhupada Murti in the temple in Brooklyn, New York. And I would, pray to Srila Prabhupada, please send me a bona fide guru. And I would pray to Sri Nityananda Prabhu to please send me a bona fide guru. And then one day something just inspired me to open one of the books. And when I opened it, I was like, I immediately just like floored, because I was thinking to myself, this is not anything like what they've been saying about him. And so, you know, and by we, you know, we read the books for a while, and then we heard about the festival in Badger. And so we wanted to go to see Srila Gurudeva and surrender at his lotus feet. So Brajanjanathan Prabhu, he made that arrangement. Back there, at that time, the devotees who were in ISKCON, Srila Gurudeva was asking to write letters saying that we wanted to, you know, to come take shelter of him, because that way, I guess he was at least trying to have some kind of honor for them, and at the same time, just keep the peace, so to speak. So we wrote a letter, and so in 2000, we went to Srila Gurudeva. And my fond memory is that when I first saw Srila Gurudeva, Brajanjanathan Prabhu brought us into his room, and Srila Gurudeva was sitting on the bed, and he was so effulgent, and just by seeing him right away, I knew that this was a transcendental personality, a personality like I have never seen before. And so we asked him like if he would please accept us. We wanted to take shelter of him, and he says, "Yes, I will help you in all ways." And so this was the beginning of our association, or our being taken and accepted by Srila Gurudeva. And so I'm just going to fast forward a little bit to a couple of different pastimes. And again, these pastimes are not about me, but I felt that a lot of the things that happened in my unfoldment in the association of Srila Gurudeva, he confirmed so many things to me. Like for instance, once we were on Navadvip Dham Parikram, and after the Navadvip Dham Parikram, I was telling Srila Gurudeva, because we would always go to see him, as many people do when they're going home. I went and I said, Srila Gurudeva, I'm going back to the West now, but I was hoping that you could give me some special, some special mercy. And Srila Gurudeva looked at me in a very, very sincere way, very sincere face. I mean, no, you know, like just very serious. And he told me, he says, "Oh, I have given you everything, but now it's time for you to give something to me." And what I realized at that time is that, yes, Srila Gurudeva was and is giving us everything, but it's up to us to become properly qualified to take and accept what it is that he's given to us. And then I had another experience with Srila Gurudeva in Govardhan. This was, we were on Parikram earlier on in the day, and during that Parikram, I stepped on some thorns, and so my feet had swelled up. And it was the same night of Deepavali. And so we were going to Govardhan Hill to offer candles and lamps. And so what I figured was, because I had been to India in '87 when I was still with the organization that I was with before meeting Srila Gurudeva, and they had a theory that only at a certain point are you on Govardhan Hill. So I thought to myself, okay, well, I'll wear my shoes, because my feet, as I said, they were in bad shape from stepping on those thorns. And then when I get to the point where the worship and the puja is going on, I'll take off my shoes. And so it was just a very amazing thing, because it was dark. There were hundreds of devotees. And who did Srila Gurudeva happen to see with his shoes on and all the dark with all these devotees? He saw me. And he started like really giving me the sauce, so to speak. He started chastising me, and it was like really heavy. It was almost like thunderbolts coming down. It was like someone was punching me in the back of my head. It was so heavy. And and I was saying to myself, because he was saying, "Oh, this is like an offense to me. Will you take your feet and put them on my head?" And so I actually started crying. I was like really crying. I was like really upset. Because I was thinking to myself, oh my God, my spiritual life is over. I've offended Srila Gurudeva. I've offended my guru. And so then, by and by, the devotees stayed on the hill, and Srila Gurudeva had gone back into the mat, because he was going to give Harikatha after everybody would return. So when I went back in the mat, I had fallen at his feet, and I was like really crying, pretty much like a baby. And I was asking Srila Gurudeva to please forgive me, because I didn't know. And so he was saying, you should know better. You should know better. You're an older devotee. You should know better than this. And then I told him why I didn't know better. But at the same time, after he chastised me, he started stroking my head very sweetly. So it was a very sweet thing. And it was it was a big wake up call for me also. Yeah, never do that again. Never do that again. And then I like to tell this story because I'm going to be brief with this one also. Is that I tell people that I first met Srila Gurudeva in Badger, California in 2000, and we had not gone to any festivals there until 2010, which would be the last time we actually saw Gurudev. All the time, in between that time, he was beginning to manifest his sick pastimes. So we went there, and my wife and I, we were going to share, well, we did share a rental car with friends that we met in the LA airport, and we were going to share a cottage also. So as we were driving from the airport to Badger, I was sitting in the front seat talking to my godbrother, Vishnu Rata, and my wife and his wife, Vishnu Rata's wife, Pramila, they were sitting in the back seat. And so I was saying to him, oh, sometimes I just feel like, you know, I wish Gurudev would walk with me like how he walks with Madhav Maharaj. Sometimes I feel like I want to hold Gurudev's hand and walk with him. And so I was saying these things to him. And so then by and by, it came the evening of the program, the first program. And as Srila Gurudev was coming out of his room, as usual, the big kirtan is going on. Jaya Gurudeva, Jaya Guru, you know, roaring kirtan is going on. And so I offer my Dandava Pranam, and when I stand up, Srila Gurudev was reaching for me. And in the past, because of awe and reverence, I would not have done anything, maybe just freeze, but something told me, Sham, go for it. And so I went to Srila Gurudev and I put one arm around him and he put one arm around me. But the biggest part of this is that, you know, he was just, the way I saw it was he was confirming to me, don't think that I don't know what's going on in your heart. Don't think I do not know what you're whispering deep into your, inside your heart. So this was a wonderful experience for me. And Srila Gurudev is so kind to give me that confirmation. And he has told us, in your hearts I'll be. I'm closer to you than the air you breathe. So somehow in his absence, we are still maintaining our lives, knowing that he's with us at all times and that he's in our hearts. So this is what I wanted to share with the devotees, again, about the glories of Srila Gurudev and how he did some wonderful surgery on me, which he told me that he would do. Srila Gurudeva ki jai, Vancha Kalpatruvya Chakripa Sandubhe Vachapati Jana Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha.